Hi, welcome back to Hang Out. I am a PechaKucha version. My name is Chauly. I am a Malaysian filmmaker, but I live in Norfolk. It's not my first title. I will just talk about myself. I'm, I've directed 4 feature films and numerous TV series, but all of it has been shot in Asia, primarily in Asia. This first slide is a still from my second feature film, by Boys. This presentation is entitled Ipoh to Istanbul. Ipoh is where I'm from. Istanbul is where I shot my most recent film. Ipoh is in a valley. Interestingly, I left the valley to move to another valley in South Norfolk. Ipoh, which is also a still in this, this is a still from a series, a World War II epic that I shot based in Malaysia, set in Ipoh. Ipoh, interestingly, has been used by Ang Lee as Shanghai, as John Borman as Rangoon, as Indochina, as Old Siam. But I wanted, and I think that many directors want to use Ipoh as Ipoh. Ipoh is where I was schooled, grew up. If you don't know, it is on the map, in the middle of Peninsula Malaysia, north of KL and south of Penang. My parents, I'm of Punjabi and Chinese heritage. Multicultural Malaysia is, of course, a legacy of the British. Civil Kapidesu is a series that I did in 2010, an 8-episode miniseries about Civil Kapidesu, a Eurasian midwife who is the only George Cross awarded war hero from Malaya. She was a midwife who offered assistance to the resistance forces. And interestingly, Elaine Daly, who played Civil Kapidesu in the 8-episode series, is the granddaughter of Civil Kapidesu herself in top. And it was also quite an interesting story how I came round to directing the series, because I was given her memoirs 10 years ago called No Gram of Mercy, and never in my life would I have imagined that I would be the person to adapt her story for the screen. So she was a very brave, firm, stubborn woman who, even when she was captured by the Japanese, in particular one torturer, Yoshimura on the left, she maintained her and refused to give any information. My work is very eclectic, so you go from torture to gold diggers, very dark to very pink. PechaKucha is a feature film that I did in 2009. In Malaysia, it's a small film audience, so you make films that are as populist as possible. So I wanted to make art house films if I could, but for now I'm making films as populist as they can be. PechaKucha is about 2 gold diggers with hearts of gold, set on a cruise ship, but we didn't shoot on a cruise ship, as you can see on the left. We shot in apartment blocks, not just because budgets in Malaysia are a lot more than BC or BC films. But it was, although it's a romantic comedy, it was actually a social comedy because on the ship is that guy in the center, someone called a dato, who is a sir or a lord, who is on the cruise with his first wife, down below, second wife, third wife, son and daughter. And on the second day of the cruise, he gets murdered, and the gold diggers, one of the gold diggers, who's the broadcast journalist, decides that it's the scoop of the year, and she is going to decide who the murderer is. So all 3 wives and a daughter are suspects, and that is vertical gold diggers set on the cruise ship. Hazura, the actress that I worked with on the left, and also on the right, is my muse in a way. She was a star in PechaKucha, and our journey actually started in 2005 when I directed my first feature film, Goalposts and Lipsticks, which in a way, I am an independent filmmaker in Malaysia, but it was Goalposts and Lipsticks was described as independent transforming the mainstream. So Goalposts and Lipsticks was a film about women in sport, very character-driven, very ensemble cast. You could say that it was inspired by Benedict Beckham, a bit by Legally Blonde, a bit like League of Their Own. But essentially, it was about a girl, a very girly girl, a fashion student, who, but her boyfriend, who she thinks is going to be her fiance, suddenly thinks or says that he wants a striker instead of a cheerleader. So she decides to form her own futsal indoor football team, and then the whole excitement comes about. The film was, as I said, independent, transforming mainstream, and we were given the opportunity to make it into a TV series. And it actually took on a life of its own. So going through Gopo's Olympics became the series. As you can see, it was a contrast between femininity and masculinity for my and so the series took on more characters. It was an opportunity to grow the characters in the film, an ensemble cast, and it also wasn't just a success in Malaysia because of the themes and the style, but it also got remade in the Philippines. So going from girls to boys, my second feature film was a semi-autobiographical coming-of-age film about bringing me back to Ipoh. Again, Ipoh Istanbul being the subject of this exhibition. Ipoh is where I went to school, and this was based on the King's Cup expedition that I did. And again, it's about an ensemble cast, their issues, their conflicts, their stories, growing up, leaving. Most people who grow up in Ipoh, it's a great place to grow up in, and then you just need to leave because there's nothing there. Great schools, but then you just have to leave. For example, Michelle Yeoh, who is our one girl from Malaysia, Cartoon Tiger in Wedding, and also the lady in the recent film about her, so she comes from Ipoh. And a lot of people grow up in Ipoh and then they just leave to explore the potential. And the star in that film, Lisa Srihani, who played a few scenes and was nobody, became a somebody after that film, although it was a small digital film, and she became the star of my most recent film called Istanbul Here I Come, or Istanbul After That Time. A romantic comedy set entirely in Istanbul. So I suppose I'm now not so independent, but a bit more into the mainstream, making films that are still very sensible, but still saying the things I want to say. So Istanbul After That Time is the story of Dian. It's very much a film about being in the 20s, being in the foreign city, falling in love, why not, like Roman Holiday, who hasn't fallen in love in their university years. And this is a story about a girl, a very sweet, endearing story with a lot of heart, about a girl who goes to Istanbul to get her boyfriend proposed to her. Coming to the end of my presentation, as I mentioned, I'm a Malaysian filmmaker who lives in Norwich, but although I work in Asia, I live in Europe. So therefore, I live in Europe and work in Asia, and my journey continues wherever the films will take me, wherever the stories will take me. But for now, it's quite nurturing living in Norwich and traveling back to Asia where